everybody, welcome back. I was super excited to do this video because we went to Instagram and put it to a vote, my wet burritos or my chicken parmesan. You picked chicken parmesan, so today I'm going to show you how to make that. First thing we're going to do is start with my homemade spaghetti sauce. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 7 garlic cloves minced, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Throw that olive oil in a pot at medium-high heat. Next thing's going to come that garlic. You're going to want to smack it because it gets stuck like mine. And lastly, the red pepper flakes. That is optional, but I think it really makes the flavor kick. After you get all that in there, mix it all together and just let that cook until that garlic turns a beautiful golden brown. All right, and then we're going to jump into the next step, which is 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 28 ounces each. 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. All those crushed tomatoes are going to go in there. Try not to make a mess. I failed at that, as you see it all sloshing about. Kosher salt, throw it in. Onion powder. And lastly, that Italian seasoning. Mix all that in really well. You want it all incorporated. You're going to want to turn that down to a simmer for about 20 minutes and slap a lid on. After that, it's all cooled and set. You're going to want to do 3 seconds worth of a lemon wedge squeeze and you're done. That is the homemade spaghetti sauce. Let me just say, you do not have to make this recipe. I use Prego sometimes if you just don't have time. Now let's jump straight into the chicken. For this recipe, I used 3 chicken breasts and I cut them lengthwise right down the middle. Don't worry about the ratios, they don't have to be perfect. All you need is to make 2 pieces out of that 1 chicken breast. Be careful not to cut yourself. Once you've done all that, you'll have 6 misshapen chicken pieces just like mine, ready to go for the next step. You're going to need paprika, salt, some black pepper, regular flour, egg wash. I use 3 eggs for this, for the amount of chicken, and Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Important, you're going to want to season your flour with the black pepper and the salt. I like the paprika in there, but you can season it with whatever you think might taste good. Make sure to mix it all together. That way it gets all over each piece of chicken. And here comes the messy part. Let's dredge that chicken in your flour, then your egg wash. Be careful, make sure it gets all over each piece. It's a little sneaky sometimes. And lastly, your breadcrumbs. This is going to get on your counters. It's not clean, just so you know. Once it's coated well to your liking, drop it in some hot oil. I heated up some vegetable oil at medium-high heat while I was covering the chicken. For the pan that I use about 3 pieces of chicken at the same time. I don't feel like it's too crowded, but it depends on the size of the chicken too. Look at that pretty brown. I was so excited when we did this shot and I turned it and it just looked perfect. That's exactly the color you want for your chicken parm. You want it a nice gold. If it's too light, leave it. You want them all nice like that. I don't like the excess oil, so after I pull them out of the pan, I put them on a plate with some paper towels just to soak up that extra oil. After that, you are going to want to spray down a baking dish so nothing sticks to the bottom. Put all of your chicken pieces in there. And this is my favorite. These are the boom boom shots where you're gonna put your homemade spaghetti sauce and your mozzarella. I like cheese, as you can tell. Cover that with foil while it's in the oven. You do not want that cheese to burn. I put it in there at 375 for 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes, I set it to broil. I take off that foil and I leave it in there for about 5 minutes. And you are done. Make sure to let it cool because you don't want to cut it too soon and have that cheese just fall apart. It should cut just like this. And that is it. That is my chicken parm. It is a family favorite, a friend favorite, anybody I cook it for, they love it. I am not Italian, but this is what works for me and mine. I promise you will love it. And this is the final product. Tonight I decided to have a Caesar salad with it, but one of the things I love is that you can put chicken parm with anything. I've made it with zucchini, we have garlic bread, you can eat it by itself. This is what works for me. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your guys' support. If you have any questions, let me know down there. Thanks.